Okay, everybody, sometimes when you mix together the strange, the odd, the awesome, and the wonderful, you get perfection. And that's where we are today. Okay, everybody, today we are going back to look at a masterpiece. I don't know why it doesn't get talked about more. I don't know why, but we are going back to look at 1985's Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins. Are you fucking kidding me? This movie is awesome. Before we go any further, as always, once and again, let's get it out of the way. Let's hit that trailer.
America's top security experts have chosen this man.
Don't take any chances. This guy's a killer.
For a special mission. But first, he's got to pass one little test.
Speak English. Does your nightingale sing?
Hold it!
You move like a baboon with two corrupt feet. However, I think I can do something with him.
Goodbye, Mr. Crow.
Who's he?
No more Boy Scouts.
Take a look at this. High-altitude reconnaissance probe.
Yes, we make that.
There is none. Doesn't exist.
These men will rob America of her might.
He won't be with us for much longer.
Unless someone
Relax.
can stop them.
Concentrate. This is not time for prayer.
Remo Williams. The adventure begins.
What are you watching?
Your country's one contribution to the art.
It's a soap opera.
It is apparent to me that you know less than nothing. Place your hands behind your head. I did not say keep them there.
Before he's through, he'll learn to move faster than a bullet.
Excellent.
Not bad, huh?
Hear the heartbeat of an enemy.
Chun, I need to borrow him for a while.
And leave no footprints in the sand.
Some joker walks into one of my plants, snoops around, walks right out again, and now you're telling me he doesn't exist?
Across town, a man has found his head blown off.
Perfect accident. And you're telling me he's gonna get away with it, huh? And we can't stop him? You can stop him, son. It'll be my pleasure.
Now, based on the Destroyer novel series that sold over 30 million copies, America's favorite tough guy comes to the screen. In a movie big enough to hold him. Remo Williams. The adventure begins.
Okay, everybody, directing this motion picture is Guy Hamilton. Man, when I tell you the shit he's directed, it's going to melt your brain. Anyway, here we go. He directed one of my all-time favorites, Force 10 from Navarone. But he also directed some other shit. We're talking, he did stuff like The Mirror Cracked and The Battle of Britain. But really, it's his Bond movies that are going to make you freak out. I mean, we're talking Live and Let Die, Goldfinger, Diamonds Are Forever, The Man with the Golden Gun. What more do I have to even say beyond that? You already know this movie's going to look gorgeous. You know it's going to look gorgeous. Okay, everybody, we got quite the list to go through today. Playing Remo Williams, Fred Ward. Oh man, he's one of the actors, dudes, man. I love this fucking guy. Anyway, bunch of shit. He was in stuff like Tremors 2, obviously, Naked Gun, 33 1/3, and Escape from Alcatraz, and Carney, and Southern Comfort, and Henry and June, and Shortcuts, and Silkwood, and The Right Stuff. Man. We gotta keep going. Playing Chun, Joe Gray. Yes, folks, he was more than just the daddy of Jennifer Grey from Dirty Dancing and all that shit. This guy done some stuff. Here we go. We're talking about he was in stuff like Dancer in the Dark and The Player. And a lot of TV, man, a lot of TV. We're talking Ironside and 77 Sunset Strip and Maverick and Alice and Oz and Alias. But really, what he's going to be most remembered for is making the money make the world go around in Cabaret way back in the day with Liza Minnelli. Come on, man. That was just an incredible performance anyway. Cut it. Is what it is. Let's keep rocking. Playing Harold Smith. Oh, yeah. Mr. Wilford Brimley, him goddamn diabetes self. Let's get rolling. We're talking about he was in stuff like The Natural and Hard Target and 10 to Midnight and The China Syndrome and Brubaker and Tender Mercies and Tough Enough and Cocoon and John Carpenter's The Fucking Thing. So, really, I mean really, any way you cut this guy's been in some serious shit. And before he was known for mostly his commercial roles, he was in some fucking movies. Okay, everybody, playing MacCleary. J.A. Preston himself. Here we go. A lot of TV work. You're gonna know the shows. Anyway, he was in stuff like Good Times and The Jeffersons and Eight Is Enough and Different Strokes and Hill Street Blues and Dallas and Santa Barbara and Chicago Hope and Simon and Simon. So, if you were watching TV anywhere from the late 70s all the way up to like the 90s, you've seen this man. Playing George Grove was Charles Cioffi. Been in a lot of shit, folks. We're talking about he was in Clute. He was in Shaft. He was in Grey Lady Down, a good flick that a lot of people don't remember. And Wonder Woman, and Kojak, and Hawaii Five-O, and Ryan's Hope, and Simon, and St. Elsewhere, and Law and Order, and the A-Team, and All My Children. So yes, big movies, a lot of TV work. Was around, did a lot of shit, folks. A lot of shit. Okay, playing Fleming. Long before she was flying around in the galaxy. Kate Mulgrew. Let's do this thing. Anyway, she was in stuff like Columbo. Actually, Miss Columbo, if memory serves correctly. And Dallas. And St. Elsewhere. And Cheers. And Ryan's Hope. And Man of the People. And Murder, She Wrote. And Warehouse 13. And Murphy Brown. But like I hinted at a minute ago, she's always going to be Captain Janeway from Star Trek Voyager. Or she's also in that Orange is the New Black show floating around too. Anyway, she's still active, still going. What more do you need to know? Alright everybody, we're going to do this quick and fast and short and try to do it in 90 seconds or less. So A, we don't give away too much of the movie. B, we keep this short and entertaining. And C, you can get to the summation where we all have our most fun. Anyway, you have Remo Williams. Well, he's not really Remo Williams at that point. He's just a normal cop working in New York City. And he comes into what looks like a bust one night. There's a couple guys roughing up another dude. Turns out they all turn on him, start beating the shit out of him. Can't figure out what's going on. He fights them off and whoops their ass. Next thing you know, somebody comes up behind him and pushes his car into the river. Do we know why? No, we don't know why, but we'll soon find out. You see, the whole thing was a setup. The whole thing was a ruse. He's been secretly selected by an elite unit to become one of their own. And that was like his little initiation test, if you will. So, the world thinks he's dead, and now he's going to be transformed into a secret agent extraordinaire. And how do you do this? You turn him over to a Korean master who will show him the ways of the martial arts. It will show him the ways of mystic power. And he will transform Remo Williams into this ultimate assassin machine. Because that's basically what these guys do, folks. They keep the peace through annals of time by taking out, well, people that need to be taken out for one reason or another. And just so goddamn happens, there's somebody that they need to take out now. This guy, George Grove, he's a weapons manufacturer. He's got his hands in everything. He owns Washington. He owns everything. And he is not a good guy, basically. So, who do they get? Their new boy, Remo Williams on the case. And along the way, he meets this young major, kind of cute. You were a little skinny. Whatever, you'll see what I'm talking about. And he winds up meeting with her, and she's asking too much questioning about his George Grove character and what's going on. So she's got some attention. There's some attention on Remo, because he's this weird guy that nobody knows who he is, sticking his nose around. And let the adventure begin. That's basically all you need, folks. After that, it is what it is. You'll be on the ride. You'll get it. You'll see what it means. Okay, everybody, let's get to the point. Why does this motion picture work? And this motion picture works. If you want to feel better 2 hours later after you've hit a play button, this is the motion picture to do it. It's just so spot on with its feel and its vibe. It's just amazing, and it'll make you feel good, it'll make you feel happy, and it will brighten up your day. Okay, let's get to the technical crap first, and then we'll get more into why it will make you feel that way. First off, this motion picture is beautifully directed. It is gorgeous to look at. I told you all the things that Guy Hamilton has directed. I went through the whole list. It is amazing, and this motion picture simply looks beautiful. Also, the acting is so spot on. Everybody, it's light, it's airy, it's fun. Even the bad guys have a little aura of this is all a wink and a nod at you. Everything in this motion picture, as far as acting, is spot on. The soundtrack, the music, it's over the top, it's goofy, but that's what's perfect for this motion picture, and that's why those three facets, directing, acting, and the music, are so spot on. You can't bitch or complain about anything. Now let's get back to why this motion picture will make you feel good. If there's a notch out there for silly, campy, crazy shit that just makes you feel good, this motion picture lands in that area. Is it as perfect as Big Trouble in Little China? No. Is it as fucking crazy as Buckaroo Banzai? Not quite. But if you want something in that middle ground, this is the motion picture that delivers it to you. And another thing, one of the things that's going to blast your brains out while you're watching this motion picture, one of the things that is just going to make you go, holy shit, is all the amazing stunt work in it. Yes, the story's fun. Yes, the acting's great. But when you sit down and watch that, you're going to say, holy shit, look at what these people are doing. I mean, it's just amazing. And so many times, you see Fred Ward's face in the scenes. This isn't CGI, people. This isn't that bullshit they'll do now where, you know what I mean, somebody's standing in front of a fucking green screen, you think they're hanging off a helicopter. No. This was Fred Ward doing as much of the shit that he could humanly do in this motion picture himself, and it looks amazing. It pays off. You're going to sit there and say, oh my God, look what they're doing around the Statue of Liberty. You're going to say, holy fucking shit, look what they're doing on that Ferris wheel. You're going to sit there just in awe of what you're watching, and you are going to be like, wow, they don't do it like that anymore. They don't do it like that anymore. And speaking of that, just because of technology and just because the world's changed, they would never make a movie like this again. I'm telling you, they will not make a movie like this again. They won't put actors in those real scenes like this again. They won't spend the money to do it this way again. They just don't do motion pictures like this again. It doesn't happen anymore. On top of that, there's like some politically correct shit that just wouldn't float today. I mean, you got Chiun being played, but whatever. This movie just would not get made today. Would not get made today. Man, Hollywood today sucks. I fucking hate what Hollywood has become today. But anyway, I am just telling you, if you get a shot, check out Remo Williams' The Adventure Begins. One of the great tragedies of all motion picture history is that this motion picture didn't launch off a series of sequels, which it was supposed to do, and launch off a whole new action hero. Fred Ward is perfect in this motion picture. He really is. A little bit goofy, a little bit arrogant, a little bit hammy, and that's what makes him so spot on. And I love the fact that he wasn't one of the typical fucking pretty boys of the day. You know what I mean? Fred Ward looks like a dude. Looks like some guy's dropping off some fucking goddamn fertilizer on your loading dock before you go out there and you take care of the farm. That's who he looks like, and that's why he's so perfect in this role. Oh, man, I wish they would have made a couple more of these. Jesus Christ, it's just such a shame. Anyway, I'm rambling, I'm rolling, I'm going off on a tangent. I'm telling you, watch Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins. Give yourself a treat. Escape from the world for a couple hours. Have yourself a good time. I'm telling you, you will feel better than when you went in when you come out. Everybody, once and again, and as always, take care of yourselves. Help your fellow man. Try to be a good person. Look out for a neighbor. And above all fucking else, never take any bullshit from anybody. Everybody, see you soon.